Let me tell you something uncomfortable. Most people don't die once. They die slowly. At 25, when they stop dreaming. At 30, when they accept this is enough. At 40, when they start saying it's too late. And by the time they're buried, they've been dead for years. This is the story of a man who saw that happening to himself and refused. He wasn't broke enough to panic, wasn't successful enough to feel proud. He lived in the middle, and the middle is dangerous because the bottom gives you hunger, the top gives you pressure, but the middle gives you comfort, and comfort is silent poison. Every morning, he woke up at the same time, checked the same phone, complained about the same job, talked about the same dreams, but never moved. He said things like, one day I'll start, one day I'll get serious, one day I'll change, but one day is a lie. One day turns into someday. Someday turns into never. Years passed, not dramatically, quietly. And that's how average wins, not with explosions, with repetition. One night he attended a wedding, same classmates, same neighborhood guys, but something was different. One of his old friends walked in, not flashy, not loud, but powerful, confident posture, clear eyes, calm presence. When he spoke, people listened, not because he demanded respect, because he carried it. The average man felt something uncomfortable. It wasn't jealousy, it was exposure. He realized something terrifying. Time had moved, but he hadn't. Same mindset, same habits, same excuses, different age. That night he went home and stood in front of the mirror, and for the first time in years, he told himself the truth. I am capable of more, but capability without action is self-torture. He stared at his reflection and asked, if nothing changes, where will I be in 10 years? The answer scared him. Same couch, same complaints, same salary, same regrets. That fear hit harder than failure ever could, because failing while trying is painful, but never trying, that's tragic. That night he made a decision, not emotional, not dramatic, not social media announced, silent. I refuse to die average. The next morning, his alarm rang at 5 a.m. His body said sleep. His mind said later. His comfort said relax. But his decision said move. And here's the truth most people don't understand. Your life changes the moment your standards change. He didn't aim to be rich. He aimed to be disciplined. Cold shower, workout, reading 20 pages, skill practice after work. No audience, no applause, just repetition. The first week was brutal. Muscles sore, mind resisting, old habits screaming for comfort. But something new was forming. Self-respect. Because every time you keep a promise to yourself, you become stronger. Every time you break one, you weaken your identity. Months passed. Externally, nothing impressive. Internally, everything was shifting. His posture changed. His focus sharpened. His circle got smaller. Because growth isolates you before it elevates you. Friends started saying, bro, you changed. Yes, he did. He stopped laughing at mediocrity, stopped defending laziness, stopped entertaining distraction. He realized something powerful. Average people want extraordinary results with ordinary effort, but that equation never works. So he increased effort, increased standards, increased discipline. 1 year later, he wasn't famous, he wasn't wealthy, but he was dangerous because he was no longer comfortable. And a man who is not comfortable is unstoppable. This is just the beginning. Average fights back, not with words, not with violence, not with sabotage. It fights with whispers. Old friends say, relax, life isn't that serious, family says. Take it easy, don't overdo it, your own mind says. This isn't you. Slow down, and that's the battle. Not against the world, against yourself. Because the version of you that was comfortable does not want to die easily. It will tempt you. It will pull you back. It will remind you of easy days. And most people quit there, not because growth is impossible, because growth is unfamiliar. He understood something crucial. Growth feels lonely before it feels rewarding. He stopped attending every gathering, stopped explaining his dreams, stopped justifying his effort. He moved in silence. Work, learn, fail, retry, repeat. The side skill he learned on nights after work began earning him small income. Very small. But money was never the point. Proof was. Proof that effort works. Proof that discipline pays. Proof that he could escape average. And small wins began shifting his mindset. Belief changed behavior. Behavior changed results. Results changed life. But here's the twist. As he improved externally, he faced something internally. Fear of success. Yes, success demands responsibility, visibility, pressure, and average minds crumble under responsibility. So the old voice returned. Slow down, don't aim too high. What if you fail publicly? But this time, he didn't negotiate. He remembered the mirror, the reunion, the silent disappointment of his old self, and he created a rule. If it scares me and makes me grow, I do it. He started taking bigger risks, applying for harder projects, meeting stronger mentors, pushing boundaries he never imagined. And slowly, the same people who doubted him began noticing. They first questioned him, then watched him, then respected him, because respect is earned in silence, through consistency. One evening, he walked past his old neighborhood. Same streets, same streetlights, but he wasn't the same man. That's when he realized success is not escaping your environment. Success is escaping your limitations. The streets hadn't changed. He had. And here's the truth most people ignore. Average is not a paycheck. Average is not a job title. Average is a mindset. You can be rich and average. You can be famous and average. You can be broke and building greatness. Average is when you stop pushing. Average is when you accept less than your potential. Average is when comfort becomes your goal. He had declared war on average, not with noise, with relentless discipline. Years passed. The side skill became a business. The job became optional. The confidence became unshakable, not arrogance. Certainty built from kept promises. And one day he met someone younger, the same tired eyes he once had, the same excuses, the same fear of change. And the young man asked, "How did you do it?" He smiled and said, "I got tired of watching my potential rot. That's it." He refused to let his gifts decay, refused to let time steal opportunity, refused to die average. Now let me ask you, are you entertained by motivation? Or are you transformed by action? Listening doesn't change your life. Decisions do. Actions do. Consistency does. Tonight, you have one choice. Stay comfortable or declare war on average. The mirror is waiting. The future is watching. And time does not wait. Now listen carefully. Most people wait for extraordinary conditions. They wait for perfect timing. They wait for luck. They wait for motivation. But the man who refused to die average, he understood one truth. Extraordinary is built in ordinary moments. Early mornings when everyone sleeps. Late nights when everyone relaxes. Repetition when no one is watching. That's where power is forged. By the time most people are starting their day, he has already trained his body. He has already studied. He has already executed. By the time most people are whining about life, he has already taken action. And that is the difference. Discipline beats talent when talent sleeps. Consistency beats genius when genius waits for inspiration. And comfort is the slow killer. The man stopped negotiating with his limits. He stopped fearing discomfort. He stopped fearing failure. He stopped fearing judgment. He moved with purpose, with obsession, with clarity. Every decision became a step toward a higher self. Every sacrifice became a deposit into his future. And one day, life didn't feel like a struggle anymore. The streets were the same. The jobs were the same. The people were the same. But he wasn't, because he had transformed internally. That's the power of refusing to die average. Not flashy, not overnight, not dramatic, quiet, invisible, relentless. And here's the lesson for you. Your environment doesn't make you. Your excuses don't define you. Your failures don't control you. You control you. You build your identity. You forge your habits. You choose your standards. And every day, every hour, every minute, you decide average or extraordinary. Remember this. The man who refused to die average didn't become fearless. He became relentless. He became consistent. He became disciplined. And that's stronger than talent, stronger than luck, stronger than opportunity. Because when life tests you, and it will, when the pain comes, when the doubts rise, when everyone else gives up, you'll still be standing because you refuse to die average. And one day, years later, when someone asks you, how did you do it? You'll smile quietly and say, I refuse to accept anything less than my full potential. And that is the life worth living.